Hi, it's really nice to be here with you again. I'm Lila, and honestly, today has been a pretty normal day. Nothing exciting happened, but sometimes I think those are the best days.
And I'm Dilo. My day started with something slightly embarrassing.
Oh? I feel like that's becoming a habit.
Maybe it is. So this morning, I couldn't find my phone.
Oh no.
Yeah, I looked everywhere. On the sofa, in the kitchen, under the bed, even inside the refrigerator.
Wait, the refrigerator?
Don't ask. I was desperate.
So where was it?
In my pocket.
No way.
Yes, I spent almost 10 minutes looking for something I was carrying the whole time.
Honestly, I think a lot of people listening have done exactly the same thing.
Please tell me I'm not the only one.
Definitely not. I've searched for my glasses while wearing them.
Okay, that actually makes me feel much better.
Before we continue, let's say hello to everyone listening.
Yes, whether you're walking, cooking, driving, cleaning the house, or practicing your English with us today, thank you for spending a little part of your day here.
And thank you so much for all your lovely comments. We really enjoy reading where you're listening from and how these conversations fit into your daily routine.
Yeah, some people said they listen while taking their morning walk, and others said they play the episode during dinner because it helps them relax after work.
We also love hearing that many of you use the PDF after listening to review vocabulary and expressions. It's a great way to build your English naturally, one episode at a time.
And if you're new here, don't worry if you don't understand every word. Just enjoy the conversation first, and you can always come back to the PDF later.
And if you enjoy these cozy conversations, don't forget to subscribe to Talkatoo English Podcast. We'd love to have you with us every week.
You know, losing my phone this morning made me think about something.
What was that?
Well, for those 10 minutes, I felt strangely nervous.
Really?
Yeah, my first thought wasn't, oh, I hope I find it. It was more like, what if someone is trying to call me? What if I miss something important?
That's interesting.
And then I thought, when was the last time I spent even one whole day without my phone?
Honestly, I can't remember either.
Which is kind of amazing, isn't it?
It really is. Our phones have become our alarm clock, our camera, our map, our music player, our notebook, our calendar, and somehow our best friend too.
Yeah, sometimes I check my phone before I even say good morning to anyone.
I think many of us do, and it's become so normal that we rarely stop to think about it.
So here's a question.
Go on.
If someone asked you to spend one whole day without your phone, could you actually do it?
That's a much harder question than it sounds.
Yeah, and I think that's exactly what we're going to talk about today. I decided to pay attention to how often I reached for my phone. And honestly, I wish I hadn't.
Was it that bad?
Much worse than I expected. I wasn't even checking anything important. I just kept unlocking my phone without thinking.
What were you looking for?
That's the strange part. I don't know.
Really?
Yeah, sometimes I'd unlock it, look at the home screen for a few seconds, then lock it again.
I think that's more common than people realize.
It felt almost automatic, like my hand made the decision before my brain did.
I noticed that too. I'll be waiting for my coffee, standing in an elevator, or sitting on the bus, and suddenly my phone is in my hand.
Exactly. It's like every small moment of waiting has to be filled.
Yeah, we don't even give ourselves a chance to be bored anymore.
You know what surprised me the most?
What?
I checked my phone while watching a movie.
Oh, I've done that too.
And then I realized I was watching one screen while looking at another screen.
which means you weren't really watching either of them.
Exactly. I had to go back because I missed part of the movie.
I think our attention has become very divided. We're always a little bit here and a little bit somewhere else.
And sometimes I even check my phone during conversations.
That's something I've been trying to change.
Me too, because afterwards I think, wait, what did they just say?
Yeah, it doesn't mean we don't care. It just means we've built a habit.
A very strong habit.
Exactly. And habits are interesting because we stop noticing them.
I remember waiting for a friend at a cafe last weekend.
Yeah?
I arrived early, and before I even sat down, I had already opened my phone.
Without thinking?
Completely. Then I stopped and asked myself, what am I actually checking?
And?
Nothing. There were no new messages, nothing urgent. I just didn't know what else to do for those 5 minutes.
That's really honest.
It made me wonder if I've forgotten how to simply wait.
I think many of us have. Waiting used to be part of life. Now it feels like empty space that has to be filled immediately.
But maybe not every empty moment needs entertainment.
Exactly. Sometimes those little pauses are where our minds get a chance to breathe.
I never thought about it like that.
And I don't think phones are the problem. They're incredibly useful.
Right. We use them for work, maps, photos, learning English, talking to people.
The question is whether we're choosing to use them or whether they're choosing for us.
Wow, that's a good question.
Because there's a big difference between opening your phone for a reason and opening it simply because your brain has learned to do it automatically.
Maybe the first step isn't using our phones less.
Maybe it's just noticing how often we reach for them without even realizing it.
Have you ever actually tried spending a whole day without your phone?
Not a whole day on purpose, but something similar happened a couple of years ago.
Really? What happened?
I was visiting my aunt in the countryside for the weekend. The internet signal was terrible, and my phone battery was almost empty.
That already sounds stressful.
It did at first. I remember looking at my phone every few minutes, hoping the signal would suddenly come back.
Even though you knew it probably wouldn't.
Exactly. It became almost a habit. I wasn't expecting an important message. I was just checking because that's what I always did.
So what happened after the battery died?
Honestly, the first hour felt strange. I kept reaching into my pocket without thinking.
Like your body forgot the phone wasn't there.
Yeah, and I realized how automatic that movement had become.
I think I do exactly the same thing.
But after a while, something changed.
What changed?
I stopped thinking about my phone. My aunt suggested we take a walk, so we went through a small park near her house. And for the first time in a long time, I wasn't trying to take photos of everything. I wasn't thinking about sending messages or checking notifications.
You were just there.
Exactly. We talked about random things. She told me stories about when she was younger, pointed at different flowers, and laughed about people she grew up with.
That sounds really nice.
It was. And what surprised me was how long our conversation felt. Not because it was boring, but because I wasn't interrupting it every few minutes by looking at a screen.
I had a similar experience recently.
Oh?
My phone ran out of battery while I was waiting at the train station.
Perfect timing.
Exactly. At first, I felt annoyed. Then I just sat there, watching people.
And what did you notice?
More than I expected. A father teaching his little daughter how to read the train schedule, an older couple sharing a sandwich, a musician playing guitar near the entrance.
Those are the kinds of things we usually miss.
Yeah, and I realized something. The world didn't suddenly become more interesting.
You were just paying attention.
Exactly.
I think that's what disconnecting sometimes gives us. Not a different world, but different eyes.
I like that.
Because our phones aren't only taking our time. Sometimes they're quietly taking our attention too.
And attention is what allows us to actually experience life.
Exactly.
So maybe a day without a phone isn't really about the phone.
I don't think it is.
Maybe it's about remembering what life feels like when we're fully present.
Yeah, and sometimes all it takes is one quiet afternoon to realize how much we've been missing without even knowing it.
You know, after hearing your story, I started wondering about something. If we really spent less time on our phones, what would we actually notice instead?
I think the answer is different for everyone, but I have a feeling we'd notice a lot more than we expect.
Like what?
Conversations, for example. Have you ever been talking to someone and then both of you suddenly look at your phones?
More times than I'd like to admit.
Me too. And sometimes the conversation never really comes back.
That's true. It's almost like the moment disappears.
Exactly. We don't even mean to do it. Someone's phone lights up, then the other person checks theirs, and somehow the connection is gone.
I had lunch with a friend last weekend, and we made a little rule.
Oh?
We both left our phones in our bags until we finished eating.
That sounds simple.
It was. But honestly, it changed the whole conversation. We talked for almost 2 hours, and it felt like time moved much more slowly.
That's really interesting.
Yeah, there weren't any long, awkward silences because one of us picked up a phone. We just kept talking.
I think that's something we've quietly lost, the ability to stay with one moment.
And maybe one person.
Exactly.
You know what else I've noticed? When I don't immediately reach for my phone, I start noticing little things.
Like what?
The sound of birds in the morning, the smell of coffee from a cafe, a child laughing on the bus. Things that were probably always there.
They were. We were just looking somewhere else.
Yeah. It's strange how the world suddenly feels a little bigger.
I had something similar a few days ago. I went for a walk after dinner and left my phone at home by accident.
On purpose?
No, I realized halfway through the walk.
Were you worried?
At first, yes. Then I thought, well, it's too late now.
Yeah.
So I kept walking. I noticed the sky changing colors, people sitting outside talking, someone playing with their dog in a small park. And I realized something. None of those moments were extraordinary.
But together, they felt meaningful.
Exactly. They reminded me that life is happening all around us, even when nobody is posting about it.
Wow, I really like that.
I think our phones often show us what's happening everywhere else.
While real life is happening exactly where we are.
Yeah, and I'm not saying we should stop using technology.
Definitely not.
I just think we deserve to experience the place we're already standing in.
Maybe that's what we start noticing again.
What?
Not just the world around us.
But ourselves, too.
Yeah, our thoughts become a little quieter. Our conversations become a little deeper. And somehow, ordinary moments start feeling a little more alive. I don't think I actually want a day without my phone anymore.
Really?
Yeah. At the beginning of this episode, I thought the answer was to stop using my phone completely. But now, I don't think that's realistic.
I agree. Our phones are part of our lives. We use them to talk to people, find directions, take photos, listen to music, and even learn English.
Exactly. I mean, some people are listening to us on their phones right now.
That's true.
So maybe the goal isn't to get rid of the phone.
I think the goal is to make sure the phone doesn't quietly take over every empty moment.
I like that.
Because attention is one of the most valuable things we have. Wherever we give our attention, that's where our life happens.
Wow, I've never thought about it like that.
Think about it. If we spend every free moment scrolling without thinking, those moments slowly become our life.
And life is made of lots of little moments.
Exactly.
You know, I think I'm going to try something simple this week.
Oh?
I'm going to leave my phone on the table when I eat dinner, just for 30 minutes.
I like that. It's small enough that it doesn't feel impossible.
Yeah, I don't want another huge challenge that I'll give up after one day.
That's probably a good idea.
What about you?
I think I'll start taking one walk every week without my phone. Just a short walk. No music, no messages, just paying attention to where I am.
That actually sounds really peaceful.
I think so too.
Before we finish today, maybe we can leave everyone with one question.
I'd love that. So here's our question. If you put your phone away for just 1 hour tomorrow, what do you think you would notice? Maybe you'd notice the people around you, the sounds outside, your own thoughts. Or maybe you'd simply notice how often you want to reach for your phone.
My answer would probably be that I'd notice how restless I am at first. But I also think I'd notice little things I've been missing every day, like the trees on my walk home or the people around me.
And my answer would be that I'd notice how much calmer my mind becomes after the first few minutes. I think the beginning would feel uncomfortable, but after that, I'd probably feel more connected to the world around me.
It's funny, at the start of this episode, a day without a phone sounded impossible.
Yeah, now it just sounds interesting.
Not as a punishment.
But as a chance to spend a little more time with our own lives.
And if you'd like to review today's vocabulary and expressions, don't forget to check the PDF in the description.
Thank you so much for listening, and thank you for all your kind comments. We truly enjoy reading them, and they remind us that we're learning English together as a community.
And if Talkatoo English Podcast makes your English practice feel a little more natural or gives you a peaceful break in your day, you can subscribe and join us again next week.
Until then, take care of yourself.
And maybe look up from your phone once in a while.
You never know what beautiful little moment might be waiting for you.
Thanks for being here.
We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.